Free speech is meaningless unless you allow people you don't like to say things you don't like.
After winning, the people were so proud and it was so intense.
Сказав моїй дружині, треба збиратись, треба піднімати дітей. Почалась війна.
I never thought I was going to be a famous movie person.
When big names talk, they talk to the BBC.
Live from London, this is BBC News. International condemnation after a Russian airstrike kills at least 51 people in northeastern Ukraine, including children. Funerals begin to be held for some of the 100 victims killed in a drone attack during a graduation ceremony at a military academy in the Syrian city of Homs. An emphatic win for Labour in the Rutherglen and Hamilton West by-election. The leader, Sir Keir Starmer, describes it as a seismic result for Scotland. Hello and welcome to BBC News. I'm Lukwesa Burak. A Russian missile attack that struck residential buildings in the eastern region of Kharkiv in the early hours of the morning has killed a 10-year-old boy and injured 16 others. That's according to Ukraine's Interior Minister. Ukraine's Air Force say they downed 25 of Russia's 33 drone attacks overnight. Well, this follows international condemnation of the deadliest missile strike to hit the country in more than a year. Local officials say the Russian attack on the village of Khoza killed more than 50 people. Many of the victims had been attending a wake. The White House described the strike as horrifying, and the British Prime Minister said it illustrated Moscow's barbarity. James Waterhouse reports now from Kyiv. OK, Lena, thank you very much indeed. That was Lena Sinjab there. Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News. Hello there, you're live with BBC News. We're going to return back to the UK now, where the opposition Labour Party has emphatically won a key by-election in what's been seen as a key test of the party's ability to regain seats in Scotland and in turn the next general election expected next year. Labour's candidate, Michael Shanks, won the seat in Rutherglen and Hamilton West. The poll was triggered by the removal of the former SNP Minister Margaret Ferrier after she broke COVID rules in 2020. Lorna Gordon has more. And do stay with us here on BBC News, because we're going to be crossing live to Madrid. You remember the news yesterday that September has broken yet more temperature records. Well, wildfires have returned to the island of Tenerife. We'll be getting the latest from our correspondent who's there. This is BBC News. Hello, this is BBC News. A reminder of our headlines today. And there's been international condemnation after a Russian airstrike killed at least 51 people in northeastern Ukraine, including children. Most of the victims had been attending a wake after a funeral for a soldier killed in the war. Spain drafts in its military after thousands of people are forced to flee their homes as August wildfires on the island of Tenerife flares up yet again. The wildfire alert was already in place due to unusually high temperatures and strong winds. And the BBC catches up with one of America's greatest living directors, Martin Scorsese, ahead of the release of his latest film, Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, a Russian strike has hit residential buildings in the eastern region of Kharkiv, killing a 10-year-old boy and injuring 16 others. That's according to Ukraine's interior minister. It follows international condemnation of the deadliest missile strike to hit the country in more than a year. Local officials say the Russian attack on the village of Hosa killed more than 50 people. Many of the victims had been attending a wake. Well, the White House described the strike as horrifying, and the British Prime Minister said it illustrated Moscow's barbarity. Well, Sergei Goryashko is in Riga. And Sergei, I wonder if you could just bring us up to date, please, with these latest attacks that took place overnight. Is that correct? Goryashko, thank you very much indeed for that. Thank you. Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News. Hello there. You are live with BBC News. Now we're going to take you to Iran. And activists say a 16-year-old Iranian girl is in a coma after a confrontation over wearing of the hijab. The Iranian authorities say that she fainted. However, Armita Geravan's mother has revealed that she hasn't had the opportunity to review the complete CCTV footage. An Iranian teachers union has said that Armita's friends were also coerced into giving false televised confessions. Parham Gobadi has the report for us. Taylor Swift and her Eras Tour concert is about to make a lot of money, around $100 million, and that is per week. With this momentum, it's expected to make that amount of money in North America alone. It would be one of the biggest debuts of the year and also unprecedented for a concert film. Only 5 films, including Barbie, have generated as much in their domestic debuts this year. You're watching BBC News. I'm Lukwesa Burak.